Namaskar. Hello everyone. RVD here and a very warm welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope all of you have subscribed my channel. If you have not, then I request you to subscribe my channel and even help me in spreading across all your acquaintance which are in a need of a good material on C programming and for that matter programming related engineering related subjects. Do visit my other playlist as well, so you'll be able to see some videos on data structures, some videos on algorithms, and even some mixed fun videos as well. So do visit the other playlist and do like, watch, subscribe to my channel. Okay, so in the current video, this video is going to be the next video of my playlist, a course on C programming, where C programming is simplified. In this video, we'll be looking at if-else ladder. In the previous video, we had seen nesting of if-else, where we keep if-else within if-else, whereas in ladder, we'll be putting them one after the other. So let's go ahead with if-else ladder. So the syntax goes like this. We'll have if C1, S1, else if C2, S2, looks quite similar to nesting. If I put else here, then it becomes one simple form of nesting. Okay, but it can continue. So if C3, then S3, and it can continue for further also. Somewhere we have to stop. So else S4. So you can see it forms a shape like a ladder. So it is not one into the other, but it is one after the other. So if C1, then you do S1. If not, then check for C2. If C2, then you're doing S2. If not, check for C3. If that, then you're doing S3. And if it is not that as well, then by default you do S4. So if you try to look at the flow diagram, you'll be able to see something like this. If C1, if it is true, then you're doing S1 and you're going down with the next statement. If it is false, then you're supposed to check S2. Oh, sorry, my mistake, C2. If C2 is true, you're going to do S2 and then that will be the end of it. Okay, if C2 is also false, then you will be doing or you'll be checking C3. Suppose C3 is true, then you'll be doing S3. And if C3 is also false, again as I said, we could have had more options like this also, but as per the current syntax, if C3 is false, then we have something by default to do, which is S4. And this is how the flow looks like. So if C1 true, you do S1 and out of the flow. If C1 false, then only you check for C2. For C2 true, we have S2. If C2 false, C3, C3 true, we have S3. And if it matches with none of them, none of the condition gets matched, then by default it will do S4. That's the basic concept of if-else ladder. I hope all of you have understood this well. Let us take an example just to get these things better. So, example, again a simple example. So you have to print 1, 2, 3 in words. So we are expected to get the input out of 1, 2 or 3 only. So suppose that input is taken in A. So if A is equal to 1, you're supposed to print 1. You know, there'll be a printf or something here. If it is not, then you will check for 2 and you're going to print 2. Else, if it is not 2 also, then you'll check for 3 and you're going to print 3. Okay, else. Now maybe as per our condition, what all the possible cases that they are exhausted. So if it is not matching with any of them, that means it is not 1, not 2, not 3, it's something different which is not supposed to be the input. So maybe we can simply say it is invalid input because that input was not expected. Again, I'm repeating myself that don't get confused with this. This is a simple way I'm trying to show that we are printing something. Okay, we can very well in actual program we can use printf and all these things. But see how exactly it flows. It gives you like a choice. If your choice is like 1, you're doing this. If choice is 2, doing this. So it is like selective conditional control structure where we have multiple options. Whichever option is being chosen, accordingly we will act upon. So I can't resist myself in connecting this with some other concept given by C. So if you remember, there's a concept of switch case. Don't worry, we will be even learning the concept and the syntax of switch case in the further video. So if you see, let me go back to the previous slide. So if you see, in switch case, I'll be giving you the syntax of switch case instead of syntax of if else ladder, but the flow will be exactly same as if else ladder. So rather there, maybe I'll not try to repeat the flow diagram. Rather, I'll ask you to refer to the flow diagram of if else ladder. So if you just understand the concept, algorithmically or flow wise, we have two, rather syntactically, we have two different concepts like switch case and if else ladder. But what internally happens for both of them is same. It's like somewhat like an if else ladder. Okay, so when it comes to programming, the programmer has option of either going for if else ladder or going for switch case. Again, when to go for which control structure is also something really interesting to decide. So when we'll go for further programs on these things, I'll be explaining you that how do you decide whether, and if at all the choice is ours, that whether to go for ladder or whether to go for switch case. Okay, but that's a further topic. I've just deviated a bit. I'll be taking another video for switch case separately where I'll tell you the syntax. Maybe the similar example, I'll try to convert that into a switch case so that you understand what are the different aspects or what are the basic what you can say features we have as far as ladder is concerned, as far as switch case is concerned. That's it. I'd given you an example also. The current video, don't forget, was about if else ladder. So the gist is that if else ladder is putting if else one after the other. So we have done that. We had seen the syntax, flow diagram, and also we had seen the example. Okay, so if you have any doubts or you want to add up something to what I've already said, you obviously can put that in comments. Okay, as I already said, I'll be happy to have a discussion forum where people are like discussing, contributing, and like doing the knowledge sharing. So let's hope that happens. So as far as the current video is concerned, it was about if else ladder, and we have already completed the enough to understand it clearly. So that's it for the current video. Thank you and a very happy learning to all of you.